Have you ever wondered why most people are absolutely terrified of retirement? It's because they've been sold a lie. They believe the day their paycheck stops is the day their wealth starts to die. They think they'll spend the rest of their lives counting pennies and cutting coupons just to survive. But today, I'm going to introduce you to a guy who has no job, no business income, and yet his bank account is growing faster every month than it did when he was working 40 hours a week. This is what I call the wealthy retiree paradox. Most people think retirement is about spending down your nest egg, but the truth is, a select group of people actually get richer after they quit. Today, I'm breaking down the 7 logical reasons that 99% of people completely overlook. And if you understand rule number 4, you might never have to worry about money for the rest of your life. Let's start with that barbecue party where I met my neighbor, Steve. The barbecue story setting the stage. I was at a neighborhood barbecue last summer, flipping burgers and talking to Steve. Steve is 68. He's been retired for about 5 years now. I went into the conversation expecting the usual "oh, we're getting by, watching the budget" kind of response. So I asked him, "Steve, how's retirement treating you? Keeping the budget tight with inflation?" Steve looked at me with a smirk and said, "Honestly, Matt, I'm significantly wealthier today than the day I walked out of that office for the last time." I stood there, burger in hand, completely stunned. How do you get richer with no salary? I went home, crunched the numbers, and realized this wasn't luck. It wasn't a lottery win. It's a systemic advantage that smart retirees use. Let's decode that system. Reason 1. The tax arbitrage, the silent partner. When you're working, Uncle Sam is your most expensive partner. If you're earning a $150,000 salary after federal tax, state tax, Social Security, and Medicare, you're lucky to see $95,000 of that. You are paying high bracket taxes on every single dollar. But in retirement, the game changes. You aren't earning income anymore. You're managing withdrawals. Your taxable income floor drops. If you've invested smartly using Roth IRAs or taking long-term capital gains, you can pull $100K a year and pay nearly zero in taxes. Think about that. You could have the exact same lifestyle on $100,000 in retirement that you had on $150K while working, simply because the tax man isn't at the table anymore. It's like getting a massive 30% raise without ever asking a boss for a dime. Reason 2. The expense crater, the cost of working. There is a hidden cost to working that we all ignore: the commute, the wear and tear on your vehicle, the professional wardrobe, the dry cleaning, and those expensive "I'm too tired to cook" takeout meals. The average American worker spends thousands of dollars a year just for the privilege of having a job. When you retire, those expenses don't just go down the crater. Plus, for most successful retirees, the mortgage is finally paid off. When that monthly housing payment disappears, your overhead falls off a cliff. You also become time rich. You no longer pay a premium for convenience. You have the time to meal prep, the time to handle your own landscaping, and the time to shop for deals. That saved cash flows directly back into your net worth. Reason 3. The snowball effect, compounding magic. This is my favorite part. The snowball. Compounding isn't linear, it's exponential. That means the growth in the first 20 years is slow, but in the last 10 years, it turns into a rocket ship. Let's say you have a $1.5 million portfolio. If that grows at a modest 7% a year, it's generating $105,000 in gains. If your retirement lifestyle only costs you $70,000, that extra $35,000 is being added back into your portfolio. You are retired. You are spending money. You are traveling, and yet your wealth is increasing. It's the ultimate goose that lays golden eggs. You're eating the eggs, but the goose is just getting fatter. Reason 4. The safety buffer and downsizing. In the US, we have a massive wealth hack: downsizing. Once the kids are gone, you don't need a 4-bedroom house in a high-tax school district. Many retirees sell that $800,000 family home and buy a beautiful $50K condo in a lower-cost area. Boom. You just unlocked $300,000 in liquid cash in a single day. That money goes straight into your brokerage account, fueling the snowball even more. Additionally, once Medicare kicks in at 65, your healthcare costs stabilize. When your basic needs is covered by Social Security and lower housing costs, your invested assets are left alone to grow undisturbed. This is how retirees end up leaving a larger inheritance than they ever expected. Conclusion: the reality check. Now, a quick reality check. This doesn't happen by accident. Steve was wealthy because he did 3 things right. He entered retirement totally debt-free. He didn't fall victim to lifestyle inflation, and he kept his money invested instead of stuffing it under a mattress. Retirement isn't something to fear. If you plant the right seeds today, your golden years can actually be your wealthiest years. Have you calculated your freedom number yet? Let me know in the comments. If you found this valuable, hit that like button and share this with someone who's nervous about retiring. Subscribe for more financial deep dives. I'll see you in the next one.